here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They've been in a great groove. Winners of 7 of their last 10 on the year.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you really book.
Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football.
DC, right? Let's go, let's go. Nice shot.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. On first down, it's a run with Ali. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
On first down, Knighton. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up. And now Jackson will look to throw it. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as he'll get this down to the 30-yard line. The first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
They'll get this complete to Roby. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
To throw is Jackson. Looking for Bateman, he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Jackson will throw again. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Well, the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
180. Come on.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they got to continue to play the type of ball.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And now this offense gets ready to take over the football, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Here's Ali. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Jackson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Jackson now. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the 1st half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and top of it.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Week 12 is here. After this weekend, 2/3 of the regular season will be in the rearview mirror. Let's get into the highlights. Our trip around the NFL starts now. We begin in Foxborough. The Patriots at home to take on the Jets in the AFC East. And this is Travion Henderson. He's going to deliver in the red zone to the end zone, 12-yard touchdown run. Next up, we go to Big D, specifically Arlington, Texas. Check in on the Cowboys. They're hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. And this is Devontae Smith. He's going to pull this one in, and then he sets his sights towards the end zone. It's going to wind up as a 53-yard touchdown. Lastly, let's go to MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants hosting the LA Chargers. And it's Justin Herbert. He'll connect on a 13-yard touchdown pass. This one's at halftime, and it's the Chargers lead it by a touchdown at the half. And a look now at the rest of the action around the league here in week number 12. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half, as we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Jackson. That went into the hands of Flowers. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short through here into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Now it's Jackson. Throw caught by Flowers. It'll be a gain of 5. And it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
That's into the hands of Worthy. And he will have the Ravens first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's what they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down.
Don't worry. Ready? Sit up! Sit up!
Up the middle they go. Knighton. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Throwing is Jackson. And that will be incomplete. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Well, he is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. Now Jackson. He finds his man, complete. It's Flowers. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. From the 22 now, here's a 2nd and 7. Again, Jackson. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Now it's Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
And his kick is indeed good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a nice kick there. Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Knighton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 115 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Knighton will manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Here's Jackson. Got a man over the middle, Worthy. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The Ravens send their punter out now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Vikings offense and Justin Jefferson set to take over once more. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for the Ravens, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, The playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home